Good morning, Carl Shimon, GameDropZone.com, and I am back in the Star Wars saddle, checking out the Yavin IV Temple Stronghold that's been added to Star Wars The Old Republic in Game Update 3.3. So you start off on this landing pad area. We have the first of two starship hooks, and some smaller decorations. As you can see, you can decorate on top of the stone plinths. So the Yavin IV Temple is really interesting because it's by far the largest of the strongholds in the game, at least in terms of raw landmass. Not necessarily what you can do with it, I guess, but yeah, I mean, take a look. We've got this huge open area in front of the temple steps, and you can decorate the walls of the temple on the outside with some... I mean, there's a large wall hanging, so for me that just means Imperial banners, because every wall has to have at least 4 Imperial banners on it. And, this, yeah, really beautiful. Really beautiful exterior. So along the outside you have some large hooks, some narrow hooks along the far walls, and quite a bit of flexibility, I guess. You've got some small wall hooks on the top, and this is the main area. So this is what you get for your initial unlock, is the outside area we just saw, and then this central chamber. Now this costs 2.5 million credits, or 2,500 Cartel coins for this unlock. So if we take a look at the first of the two temple rooms, this is a little bit cheaper. This is 825,000 or 700 Cartel coins, and this is a small room, quite unique. You've got this really pretty flowing water through the ceiling. You can look up through the grate on the top. And the second of the temple rooms is a little bit more expensive to unlock. This is 975,000 or 800 Cartel coins, but you do have this centerpiece hook. A bit more flexibility with what you do. It's obviously a more open room. And this balcony area, you can decorate on top of the stone pillars there, small hooks. So yeah, let's take a look back in. I really like this center room. As you saw before, when you look up, there is a lot of banner hooks, a lot of wall hooks. So down both two staircases both need unlocking. They are both 450,000 credits or 400 Cartel coins. Then you need to unlock this bottom basement area for 1.5 million credits or 1,200 Cartel coins, so it's expensive. You do have a lot of large hooks in the middle, and another balcony where you can obviously see the really nice, huge waterfall. And the underside of the bridge, I really like that bridge. It's got angles that I really appreciate. And I'm only being partially sarcastic. So, I like this room, but what are you really going to do with 4 large hooks and no personnel hooks or no small hooks? Because I like to build my strongholds in a way that facilitates storytelling more than just here's a gallery of my trophies and achievements and stuff. So, I mean, a room like that is pretty problematic for me, but this balcony area is another matter entirely. This was obviously the roof and the walls that we saw from the bottom. You have a lot of options around the outside. There's going to be so many Imperial banners in here when I'm finished. And this balcony area itself costs 1.2 million or 1,000 Cartel coins. So this outside temple grounds area is more expensive than the initial unlock, at least in terms of credits, costing 2.6 million credits or 2,000 Cartel coins. But you can move on top of this the main body of the temple and these side wings, and there's a ton of decoration options for various sizes. That's obviously looking down at Temple Room 1, which is the smaller of the two rooms. And yeah, a lot of options on the roofs. So if we dismount, we can jump on top of the main building, which also obviously you can look down through to the very ground floor, and a centerpiece hook, which is cool. I really enjoy being able to appreciate the huge vistas and then also see through the roof with these grates. And obviously this side of the temple is much the same. And that was obviously the balcony from Temple Room 2 we can see down there. It's really impressive in terms of space and style, I guess. It's quite different. So we've got these 4 pillars on this side, 4 pillars on the other side. You can decorate on top of them. 3 centerpiece hooks in the middle of the bridge. There's a total of 16 centerpiece hooks in the whole stronghold, and 2 starship hooks. So these are the last things we can purchase, the two sanctuaries. They are identical, what I can tell anyway, on the inside, and each of them costs 1.25 million credits. That's 1,000 cartel coins each. But you can move to the upper levels, which, again, lots of room for wall hangings, and you can decorate these levels, which is something you couldn't do in the earlier temple rooms, which I guess is a little bit disappointing when you think of it that way, but I find it bad to be disappointed at this, because there's just so much you can do. And who knows, they might expand some of these things, add more hooks. So large centerpiece hooks on the top of both. The only way to get down is to, like, I don't think you can hit the rocket pads again, so I think you just have to jump down either through the center or the outside. But they do give you quite handy steps that you can decorate on as well. So if we just take a look on the outside, this first sanctuary has fewer options than the second. Just got a few hooks around the foundation of it. But the second one has a lot more hooks. I mean, we'll see around the back in a minute, but there's a ton of large hooks behind there, and obviously one on this side. First, we're going to take a look through this sanctuary. It is the same as the first one. Obviously, you can swap out the large centerpiece for a combination of smaller pieces. And you just caught a glimpse there of just a huge area of the temple grounds behind, which is really why it becomes quite evident that it costs as much as it does. I mean, the total cost of this Stronghold is 13 million credits, 11,000 cartel coins, so it's expensive. I mean, Tatooine was only 9.5 million credits, and that was large. So this was the back area I was telling you about, a lot of options. So there's a few spots around this wild area, which there's not a ton of hooks in the wilderness parts of this, but there's a lot of just smaller hooks dotted around. On the left hand side we'll see a couple of larger hooks, which is nice. So down there is the second starship hook, but up in the center area, and I almost wish you had a starship hook up here, but I can understand there's just so many more options with what they've done. You just have 3 centerpieces and a ton of large hooks. At least by default, obviously you can break them down. So a lot of options on that central plaza, I guess. So this is going down the path we just moved up. Rocks, trees, the odd hook dotted around. It's very nice. I've heard if you whip out your macro binoculars, you can scan the temple, the Massassi temples in the background, and get codex entries, which I haven't tried myself, but I'm really excited to, because that wouldn't be the only secrets on this Stronghold. There are a few. This is the second starship hook. We've got all that room to the left we'll explore in a minute. And yeah, those same nice vistas that we saw in the Shadow of Revan expansion earlier. So yeah, let's go up this watchtower. It's real cool, real cool. I mean, pulled straight from episode 4, but still a real nice feature to add. You can decorate on top of this watchtower, which is awesome. Only small hooks, but that lets you put some people there. I mean, at the minute I have one of the Mandalorian elites that was added in the Outer Rim pack that came alongside Game Update 3.3. So yeah, if we head back down, let's carry on exploring the temple grounds. That's what I really liked about Shadow of Revan, was so much of that Yavin map, the Rishi map, and I mean also the Macabre and Ziost maps as well. They feel way more unique and crafted than, say, the base maps. I mean, look at Hoth, huge, desolate, which I guess is the point, but it's still not very interesting to traverse for the 2nd or 3rd time, or even 8th or 9th. Nar Shaddaa was, everything in Nar Shaddaa is you're building off these components, whereas a lot of Yavin felt very natural, and you totally get this in the Stronghold, I feel like. A lot of waterfalls, a lot of plants, a lot of like this tree stump here is real cool. I mean, you can't do anything with it, which I guess is disappointing, but it's cool that it's there. Some large hooks, which is nice, and then you've got this area, which A, looks beautiful, and B, leads to something real neat. This was one of the secrets they teased on the BioWare stream a few weeks back, but never showed off. It's a real well-lit cave area, not any options, no hooks whatsoever in the corridors linking these areas, but they do look beautiful. And you do get some options in this central room. Got some wall mounts, some medium wall mounts, some floor mounts over there on top of the ruins. That centerpiece hook, and of course this really cool looking mossy area, which I really like. You got some large floor hooks there, so you can do a lot with that. I mean, I wish there was a few more small hooks for people, but I mean, this is, to me, it's so neat that this stuff exists, so I feel hard to complain about it. And it goes on and on through this really well-lit cave. Also, something that came along with this update was a lot of like Yavin ruins decorations you can get for large pieces, and wall moss and hanging vines, so they totally look neat. And it leads to this area that you might have spotted from the cliffside above. You've got a large hook and then a couple of small ones, one by the door there, the second one by the river. It's really neat, and obviously all this unlocks as part of the temple grounds, so check that out. I mean, it's expensive, but there's a lot of versatility, and I'm really excited to decorate, and see you soon on GameDropZone.com.